All right, good morning, everybody. We are on the record. This is, nope. This is private counsel pretrial conference. State, please announce your presence.
Your Honor, Michael Rosinko on behalf of the state.
Good morning, sir. All right. All right, Mr. Berry, good morning. Mr. Berry, can you hear me? Can you unmute, please? Mr. Berry? Can you hear me? All right, I'll try again in a moment. All right, Mr. Brown, good morning. Are you there? Thought I saw him. No, I'm striking out. Okay. All right, Mr. Kavanaugh, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have one case, Matthew Mark McDonough, 20 CT 1751. Excuse me. This case was before Your Honor a couple of weeks ago. It's plea in absentia on a DUI case. There was a couple of provisions in paragraph 11 that were slightly modified, so it was continued until today so that I could speak to my client and be able to represent to the court that he understands what the court sentence will be, and I was able to do that.
Okay. All right.
Would you like me to read the terms into the record, or?
Yes, please.
Okay, so he would be planning to one count of DUI property damage. The state previously null-prossed I believe it was the expired driver's license. He'd be receiving an adjudication of guilt, fine of $1,000, 5% surcharge, court cost $388, cost of prosecution $50, 12 months probation with no early termination, 12 months driver's license suspension, DUI school, victim impact panel, substance abuse, follow recommendations, random testing, no possession of consumption of alcohol, with random screens, may not enter establishments in which their primary purpose of business is to sell alcohol, 50 hours of community service, and he may purchase at $10 per hour, 10-day vehicle impound. This is where the court indicated that we could revisit this later in his probationary period because he does not drive and does not have a car, and that he will, the court orders restitution reserves on the amount.
All right. What was that one provision that was the holdup? I don't remember.
It was two things. 12 months probation we didn't have on the form, that it was no early termination. And the other was that I had placed in the terms for the impoundment that he would be subjected to impound his vehicle if he obtained one during the probation period. Your Honor wanted to not word it that way, but indicated that he would be subjected to the impoundment per statute, but he could revisit it later and come back before the court before his probation ends if he continues not to have a vehicle.
All right, so you discussed with your client the requirement that there be no early termination. Your client accepts and agrees that condition?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. Rosinko, are you satisfied then with going forward with the plea in absentia at this time? I can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I do agree.
Very well. All right, then I have reviewed the plea in absentia. I do find that the plea has been freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entered. This is based upon my conversation with counsel about those issues, but also that there is otherwise an accurate recitation of the terms of the plea, acknowledged by the defendant by his signature before a notary. There is, it's also signed by counsel. There's also a plea form that's been signed and attached. There's an attached set of legible prints. I did previously review the probable cause affidavit. I do find that there is a sufficient factual basis in venue. So I will accept the plea and impose sentence, at least as soon as you're able to do a quick screen.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
I need our clerk to put the GNS up for me so I can confirm that the terms are correct.
Judge, I'm still showing count 2 as active.
What's count two?
The driving while license expired. It's still pending.
Is that a TR? Is that consolidated or is that a criminal? No?
It's criminal.
Gentlemen?
Criminal traffic, I believe, at the last hearing, the state had orally announced an AROSE. I don't know if they're prepared to do it again to make it for the record.
Fine. Is that correct, Mr. Cinco?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. They'll be announcing it all for us.
Yes, Your Honor. In 20 CT 1751, the state announces it for count two a null pros.
All right. Whenever you're ready. Sorry, I'm trying to. The lighting here makes it look like I'm in the room. So I can fix that. No, that didn't help. Okay. That's better.
Can you see it, Judge?
Oh, ma'am,
No?
can you do a screen share, please?
Because it's there. Maybe if I put it over here. Can
No,
you see it?
you're not doing a screen share at all.
Oh,
You have to do a screen share on Zoom. Yeah, I can't do the thing with the button unless you're on the in-court computer.
okay.
There we go. Let's see. All right, I can see it now. Can you? There we go. All right, so on 20 CT 1751 for the offense of DUI with damage to personal property, sent to be imposed as follows: adjudication of guilt, $388 in court costs, $1,000 fine, $50 cost of prosecution, 12-month license revocation, 12 months probation. Special conditions of probation are as follows: defendant must undergo a substance abuse evaluation following recommended treatment, and is subject to random breathalyzer and urinalysis at his own expense. Must perform 50 hours of community service. I think we covered the basis for the buyout last time, and I agreed to it. So may buy out community service at a rate of $10 per hour. May not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages, no entering bars, taverns, saloons, pubs, lounges, tobacco stores, or other establishments whose primary purpose is to sell alcohol. Must attend and successfully complete DUI school appropriate phase in the victim impact panel. There's an order of restitution payable to who? Mr. Cinco.
1 moment, Your Honor.
You know, the owner of the other vehicle is Victor Manuel, Rodriguez. I think insurance covered everything, but it would seem to be that he would be the person to receive restitution if there was any money left owed.
Put the name in the information, or is there some other way that Lisa can get that name to put into the JNS?
Or do you want me to put just restitution payable to the victim?
That it sounds like ultimately I'm not going to have to do anything. Mr. Kavanaugh's representing that the insurance covered the damage.
That's my understanding, Judge.
All right.
And the driver was Victor Manuel Rodriguez.
Okay. And there was an agreement that there'll be no early termination of probation. We'll need to add to that as well.
Okay, should be there.
All right, got it. All right, and then count two was no process by the state. Very good.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Mr. Berry, if you try to rejoin us, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I got a new phone. Were you trying to speak to me before? I couldn't hear.
I was. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. And am I on video or not? Because it's
No.
it's okay. I don't know what happened. My apologies for
Today you're just iPhone Jerry.
that. Okay. The first case I have is Mr. Kellam, Boston Kellam, Kellam.
20 mm 1454. Go ahead, sir.
The officer in the case, the main state's witness, has just been fired from the Naples Police Department. We need to research that. We're probably going to be filing a stand your ground motion. So if we could have one more continuance to another case manager would be great.
State no objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. With waiver, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then this will go to June 16th at 9 o'clock.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor. The next one is Lazaro Hernandez. He has a felony case. We're going to probably move to consolidate that with a felony. We're getting close to resolving the felony, so asking for the continuance to the same date would be great.
All right. This is 20 mm 1484. You're looking for the same day that's on the felony, or the same day as the other case you just continued?
Same date as the other case was continued to.
All right. No objection from the state.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, then we will put this on June 16th, 9 o'clock for a pretrial conference. Is that everything?
Your Honor, last one is Adam Kine, Kien. That's plea, but if we could set that for a little ways down the road, we're trying to get some money for restitution to have that paid prior to the plea. So if we could set that for a plea date in late June or July.
All right. This is 21 CT 488. What I'd rather do, if it's okay with you, sir, is just go ahead and put it on the pretrial with the other.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then if you're ready to go to a plea date from there, just let me know.
That'll work. Very good. All right. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay,
Have a good morning.
All right, you too, sir. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. All right, Mr. Pergoza, I gave special permission to come in because he was literally right next door and has one quick matter to address.
All right.
Good morning, sir. This is Diane, the state of Florida versus Diane Sullivan, 20 CT 836.
Judge, I sent an email to the state about her license being getting a hearing in Illinois. They said they're getting to it, and I talked to the state. They said they don't object to another continuance.
Is that correct, Mr. Rosinko?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, June 16th, 9 o'clock with a waiver.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day. All right. Mr. Fayette, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Judge, I have, do you want me to call him or I can go any order?
Yep, go ahead.
Edison Shedder, 21 CT 333. That's a newer case, Judge. I do have an offer. I'll be ready next time up.
You're asking for a continuance of the waiver?
Yes, Judge. I'm sorry. If you said that, I didn't hear you.
No objection, Mr. Rasenko?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Darrell Hill, 21 CT 248. Same thing, Judge. I'll be ready next time up. Request continuance with a waiver.
No objection, Mr. Rasenko?
No objection, Your Honor.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Neil Emick, 21 CT 165. Judge, I'm ready for that. I'm just going to ask Mr. Rasenko if it's possible if he could email me the video. They uploaded it to the portal. It won't download for us. I've even tried some of the younger folk in my office to see if they could pull it off, and it wasn't just an old man issue, but it wasn't. But otherwise, I'm ready. You can put me. You can set me whatever date.
All right, State, you ready for trial?
Yeah.
Mr. Rasenko,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you ready for trial?
Oh, my apologies. Yes. Well, for what date? For the next trial date? I thought he was.
He said he's ready, he wants a video, but he's otherwise ready to go.
Okay, my apologies, Your Honor. I thought he's for whatever date.
You looked really busy. We thought you were working. You were looking around.
I was pulling up my witness availability.
He was diligently researching an issue.
I was pulling up my witness availability. I was waiting for a date. So for the week of the 26th, let me just double check.
Well, it's a week of the 24th, but the first day that I'll be able to have access to a jury is the 26th of May.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because we are now running 2 juries at once, but Circuit Court gets first shot on Tuesday, and then I get the pool on Wednesday. So for everybody who's announcing ready, just so you're all aware, I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week for a jury trial.
Your Honor, I have a witness out the 21st through the 31st, and an officer.
All right.
So we would not be ready.
All right. State is asking for a continuance.
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection, Judge.
All right. We'll put this on June 16th at 9 o'clock.
Philip Galvan, 21 MM 274. I'm requesting a contingent waive speedy trial, Judge. This is more of an affray than it was a battery. There's a zillion witnesses to this, so I've been talking with them to decide who to add. So if you could just put me on for another pretrial.
No objection, State.
No objection, Your Honor.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Have a good day.
Take care. Mr. Picasso, good morning.
Morning, Judge. I've got 4 cases.
Yes, sir.
First one I've got is Deanna Dudley, looks like 21 CT 255.
Okay.
Judge, I was having some trouble with getting the videos to play. I probably should have called Mr. Fayette's office. In any event, I've got them playing now. I'm going to request one last continuance so I can sort things out with my client with a waiver.
No objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Corey Hogsett, 21 MM 76.
Okay.
Mr. Hogshead is currently incarcerated in another jurisdiction, Judge. I anticipate it's going to be about another month. So I'm going to ask for a continuance of the waiver.
Okay. No objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
What some of your colleagues have done, if it's feasible, if it's something you otherwise would want to work out, I am willing to do pleas and abstention under those circumstances.
Well, this may wind up being a trial, Judge, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, I'm just saying, if it's something that you were otherwise inclined to work out, I'm happy to do that. But if it's a trial, that's
I would like to do a trial in Mr. Rosinko's absence. Can we do that?
Works for me.
Works for me too.
Okay, you've got a stipulation by the state. This should.
All right, it'll be fast, Judge.
Mr. Gassasa, if you lose, that might be just a bit embarrassing.
That, Judge, you know what? I would start selling sandwiches somewhere. That'd be fun.
All right, so Corey Hogshead, 21MM76, we continue to June 16th, 9 o'clock.
David Holiday, which is 20CT2202.
Yes.
Judge, we can go ahead and probably set that for a plea.
All right. I can do it on the 24th, May the 24th at 9 for an in-person plea.
That sounds perfect, Judge. Thank you.
All right, let's do that.
Lastly, I have Ashley Elizabeth Hoyt, 20CT2555.
Okay.
Judge, I haven't watched the video with my client, and again, we are technologically impaired at the law offices of Mark Gassasa, but I intend on doing that soon, so I'm going to request another continuance of the waiver.
All right. No objection, state.
No objection, Your Honor.
16th, 9 o'clock.
That's all I have, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Mr. Lucarelli?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
My first case is Daniel Lang. Judge, I've ordered a transcript from the administrative hearing in this case. I'm waiting for that transcript. If I'd asked for continuance. I don't think it's a very old case. Wait speedy trial.
Okay.
No objection.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
And I've got Burhan Ruli, 20MM 1592. Mr. Rosinko and I did the depo of the son of the alleged victim in this case, and then had a brief conversation, walked back to his office. I haven't spoken to him since. I'm putting together a witness list, which I promised him. I think, Mr. Rosinko, correct me if I'm wrong, we talked about, there was a mention of some medical records that you were going to try to look for. If they're not available, if you're not getting those or you don't plan on using anything, that's fine as well.
Yeah, I currently don't have any medical records at this time.
All right, Judge, I'd ask for continuance in that case. I know that one's kind of getting old. I'd ask for continuance, wait speedy trial.
This one's getting a little bit old, so I'll probably start to push the next time around, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection to the continuance, state?
No objection, Your Honor.
9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day. That's all I have.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lopez, Mr. Tony Lopez, J. Tony Lopez.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
I have one, Pablo Morales Segura.
Yes, sir. This is 21CT48. Go ahead.
Your Honor, my client has been accepted in the misdemeanor deferred prosecution with probation. We've sent all the paperwork to Mr. Cruz. Yesterday, we had to resend one because it wasn't notarized. It should, my client should be, he's going to be in the program 4 months.
Okay. So we'll just continue this one time for a status today. You there?
Yes, Judge. Morning.
Good morning.
Judge, first case I have is on page 4. I have John Bornelis, 11/20/21/8.
Okay.
Asking for a continuance with a waiver.
No objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
16th, 9 o'clock.
Page 7, I have Jerkita Chingarev, 11/20/20/858. We are ready for trial.
Dave, you ready?
Your Honor, I have a hearing set for a motion to take depositions on June 2nd.
Oh. Mr. Day, were you objecting to the state deposing your witness?
Yes, Your Honor. My recommendation is going to be, when we get to the hearing, that the witnesses will provide sworn statements in lieu of deposition so we can expedite the trial.
All right. Do you have those statements already prepared to hand over to the state?
I do not, Judge. I can get those done before the hearing date of June 2nd, though. I didn't know what the court's position would be on that.
If you can get them to the state, let them review that. The
Okay.
depositions may not be necessary. I'd like to hear what the state's thoughts are once they receive those statements.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Right.
So let's continue this. Let's set a pretrial on the 2nd to go with that motion. And then we'll see, because if the depositions aren't necessary, we can just from there set it for trial.
That's fine.
All right. So do we know what time that hearing is set?
It is 9:30 on June 2nd.
All right. Let's set this for.
Judge, can I make one other recommendation here? What is our trial cycle?
Well, that's just it. Okay. So the trial dates I've got are basically my 3 trial days that I have available are the 26th, 27th, and 28th of May. Then the next cycle after that, I do have access to a jury, but it's going to be the 30th of June and then the 1st and 2nd of July.
Okay, so what about as an alternative, Judge? My witnesses are out of town. I will have them drive here Monday or Tuesday of next week for the state's deposition. If we can just get this set for trial.
If you're stipulating to the deposition, let's set it for trial.
And I'll have them here Monday or Tuesday. The state gives me a time. I'll have them drive down here for depots. And we'll solve that problem.
What with that, Mr. Asinko?
One moment. I have to check my calendar for next week. One moment. I would object because I don't know what's going to come out in the depositions. I don't have the sworn statements yet. I would rather leave it set for the 2nd. Just this way, I don't know if I'm going to have adequate time to prepare after the depositions of all. There's multiple witnesses, and then I'll only have a few days depending on what I can't guess what exactly they're going to testify to, and I don't know if I'll have adequate time to prepare after disposing all those witnesses.
Okay.
He's going to do well as a criminal defense lawyer, Judge. That's our world every single time. They've taken depositions from us. They've taken everything else. It's tough to prepare without them. I understand.
Here's what we're going to do. State's going to take that granted. Mr. Asinko, hold it in order. I don't. Somebody is microphone.
Your Honor, I do apologize. There's some background noise. I couldn't hear you.
No, I figured out who the offender was. I'm going to keep muting you if you're going to keep doing that. All right. Do it a third time. I'm going to call you out by name. All right. The state's motion to take depo is granted. I'm going to set this matter for trial on trial call on Monday the 24th at 9 o'clock. This case is from last June. We need to move the case forward. So take your depots. If there's something that comes out that gives you sufficient grounds to file a motion to continue of the trial, you can do that next week, and I'll consider your motion to continue on Monday, the 24th, if you feel you have sufficient grounds to ask at that time. All right.
And Judge, just so for the record again, these people live out of Collier County, but I will have them drive here Monday or Tuesday to expedite this. If just all the state has to do is let me know.
Let me put it this way. Make it happen, because yes. I will not grant a continuance in the fact that the state did not make themselves available to depose your witnesses. That's not going to be grounds for a continuance.
We're ready anytime.
So, make it happen. Figure out a way to talk to these folks, either in person, on Zoom, over the phone, however you want to take those depots, but get it done, because if something comes out in the course of these depots that gives you a good faith basis to ask for a continuance, fine. But the fact that you weren't available to take the depots is not sufficient. We got to get it done.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this case is May 24th. at 9 o'clock for trial call. And if everyone is otherwise ready, 26th, 27th, 28th are the trial days. And we'll figure it out from there.
Page 8, we have Hallie Delamonte, 11/20/21, 6/27, asking for a continuance with waiver.
Judge, just 1 minute. On that last case, am I still gonna keep it set for June 2nd?
No. Set for trial call May 24th.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Day. Who is the next case?
Haley Delamonte, page 8.
Yes, sir. 21 CT 627. Go ahead.
Yes, asking for a continuance with waiver.
State.
Objection.
All right. June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Page 13, Fernan Hera Hernandez, 11/20/21, 2581, asking for a continuance with waiver.
Okay.
This case is from December. There's depositions are scheduled for June 7th. All right.
Correct, Judge.
16th, 9 o'clock.
Page 16, David Acevedo, 11/20/21, 647, asking for a continuance with waiver.
State.
No objection.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Page 23, Mary Beth Lorenz, 11/20/20, 1671. I have a plea in absentia. You want to set a plea date for that?
We can do it now real quick, or we can do it on, we can do it on Monday of the trial call if you want to just resolve it.
Either one you want, Judge. You want to do it Monday?
Yeah, let's just do it Monday the 24th for the plea in absentia.
Okay. On page 26, Robin Okoski, 11/20/20, 432, asking for continuance with the waiver. I'm waiting on the state to give me some further information.
What kind of information? This is from March of last year.
They're getting information regarding the towing of the vessel, which I guess is going to be part of their plea offer, but they don't have it yet. So,
Your Honor, there was everything was shut down because of COVID, and they weren't removing the vessel. We couldn't get they couldn't get a quote. There was bids out to get a quote to remove the boat. If the defendant wanted to remove it on their own, that would be fine. But we were last I had heard from the officer that there were bids out to get a rate to remove the boat.
All right. I'm setting this for trial. It's a year and a half old. May 24th at 9 o'clock for trial call. State, you'll just have to make some phone calls, get it done.
that's all I had, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day. Wait, hold on. Did we address Stephanie Walsh?
I believe we did. Hold on a second.
I just didn't click the box. I think.
Yes, that's the one you just set, 24th, Judge. No, I'm sorry. Stephanie Walsh asking for a continuance with a waiver.
21 CT 680. State no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. June 16th, 9 o'clock.
That's it, Judge. Thank you.
Have a good day. All right. Mr. Snyder.
Did you call me, Your Honor?
I didn't, but since you picked, I'll go ahead and address you. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have a plea this morning, and my client is in the Collier jail.
Oh, well.
You want to roll me to the end?
I can do it at 2:15.
Today at 2:15?
I can't do an in-custody plea in this courtroom. I don't have polycom.
Okay, yeah, we could do today at 2:15 if that's okay with Mr. Rosinko.
That's fine with me.
All right. Your client's name is?
Timothy Brennan.
All right. Two cases, 21 CT 62, 20 MM 1658. All right. Lisa, could you put both of these on the 2:15 docket today, please?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Okay, I'll see you then.
See you then. Thank you.
I can see why she heard Bryant. I did say Schneider though, Mr. Schneider. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. I've got Christopher Carter, Judge, case number, if I can find it, 20 CT 607. Judge, I'm ready for trial on 2 of the 3 days. The third day, the 28th, I have my daughter's graduation, and they've scheduled it at 9 in the morning.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, the graduation is taking 2 days?
No, I'm ready on the 26th. I'm ready on the 26th and the 27th. Graduation's the 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, because man, graduations, I knew they took a long time. They could drag out, but geez.
I hope not in the sun. It's outdoors at the Naples 5 football stadium.
Oh, wow. All right. Okay, so you would otherwise be available the 26th and 27th, but the graduation's on the 28th.
Correct.
All right. State, are you ready for trial?
One moment, Your Honor, I'm verifying my witness availability.
Because Mr. Schneider, if this is a case that goes, remind me on Monday the 24th.
On the 24th, I was planning on it.
Remind me of that. I'll make sure that your trial would start on Wednesday if yours is the one that goes, and that way, just in case we roll into a second day, you don't get stuck.
I appreciate that. Otherwise, my ex-wife would murder me, and then, that would be complicated.
It would complicate things a little bit, yes.
Your Honor, the state is ready for trial.
Very well. Let's set up a trial call on May the 24th, 9 o'clock. And like I said, just remind me of your obligation, and as things stack up, I'll make sure that if yours is going to go, that it goes. It's one of the ones that starts on Wednesday. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
All right. Mr. Carney, Adam Carney. Morning.
Morning, Your Honor. Adam Carney, Verderamo Law. Got a few cases on the docket. Edwin Vasquez, 19 CT 2464. We're ready for trial on that one, Judge.
Okay, ready?
One moment, Your Honor, while I'm checking availability.
Mr. Singo, just a thought. This is something you could check, before court.
I just want to double check and verify. I don't want to miss one. Wouldn't want to.
No, just if it's something you can do before court, make a list of which ones have witness availability and which ones you don't.
I do have my list of witness availability. I just like to double check and verify.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to not have someone available and not be able to proceed to trial. I am available, Your Honor.
All right. May 24th, 9 o'clock. Next.
Next on the docket, Cristobal Martinez, 20 CT 1337. And we're ready on that one as well, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, we are ready for trial.
May 24th, 9 o'clock for trial call. All right, next one.
Next one, Judge, Mariana Lachetti, 20 CT 428. We're asking for one final continuance of the waiver.
All right, what's the reason?
Notes here say that we've been trying to get Miss Lachetti in, but she's been ill to discuss the case with her. So
All right, no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
Right. Final continuance, June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Judge. Next one, Joshua Gonzalez, 21 CT 281. I believe this is the second time up. We've got the formal for that we're going to complete on June 4th. So if we just get another continuance of the waiver.
No objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Final, we've Dean Arnold, 20 CT 644 and 20 MM 1955. On the 1955 case, we were just provided additional discovery from the FWC, and we'll be filing a motion to suppress in the 644 case. We'd like to keep them all together, Judge. So if we can just get a continuance with a waiver on that.
All right. No objection?
No objection.
Well, what have you just been getting that is suddenly developing in this case? And
Sorry,
not March of 2020.
On the March 2020 case, Judge, that it wasn't on the March 2020 case that we received additional discovery. It's on the 1955 case, which is the November case.
All right, but you said in the March of the 20 CT 644, that's when you're now filing a motion to suppress, is that right?
Correct, Judge.
State, are you otherwise ready?
One moment, Your Honor.
I'm getting a lot of feedback on both ends, like every other word out of you guys.
Mr. Carney, what I can do
Okay.
is the motion filed. I've got 2 days pretty open the week of my trial week.
Okay.
The motion to suppress, Monday the 24th or Tuesday the 25th. And depending on how that goes, we could then proceed to trial if everyone's otherwise ready.
Okay, I'll make that note for the file and we'll get it filed, Judge.
All right. But Mr. Rosinko, I just go ahead and check, make sure you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I do have an officer out on FMLA from March until June 19th. She's out.
All right, Mr. Carney, you got your continuance.
Lucked out, huh?
Yes. All right, both cases, June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Folks, just so you know, this is not just me. I'm the Supreme Court.
You're on. May I jump in, please? I'm heading into trial.
I don't know who's saying that.
Attorney Michael Kamadek on behalf of Mr. T. Piano, MM.
Yeah. But you're gonna
I
have to,
apologize, Your Honor.
you're gonna have to get yourself somewhere where there's a better signal first. So let me do this. I also got a request from. He said he had another matter he had to attend in about 10 minutes. Let me address Mr. O'Brien real quick first, and Mr. Kamadek, if you just get a better signal, play next, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. And as I was saying, everyone, I'm starting to push because, to be perfectly blunt, the Supreme Court has told us we need to. They've given us a directive that it's going to start moving the other cases. Then it's been around for a while. All right, so Mr. O'Brien, I've got 20MM1085.
Good morning, Judge. Aaron O'Brien on behalf of Brandon Anderson. Judge, last time we were here, I told the court we had a plea agreement that called for my client paying restitution ahead of the entry of the plea. I hate to use the phrase, but the check is in the mail on the way to, I sent a trust account check to the victim just yesterday. So I think that will be paid and we'll be ready to enter the plea very soon. I know you've got that May 24th date, but I'm in-person trial call on that day. Could we set this for a plea in absentia or a different in-person plea date?
Yes, I can do that.
Great.
Because I've got the following week, I think I might have a criminal docket. I think June the 2nd, I have a criminal docket. We'll double check them.
Okay.
And is that too soon, or is that date work for you?
That date should work, Judge. I believe it'll all be resolved then, yes.
Right now, there was just that other motion, but I've got that open right now as a criminal docket. How about June the 2nd at 9:30?
Yes, sir. June 2nd, 9:30. That'll work for in-person plea.
Yeah. Mr. Cinco, does that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
Great. Thank you for calling me, Judge. I appreciate it.
No problem, sir. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
All right, Mr. Kamadeko, how's your signal?
I hope the signal's a little bit better for you. I apologize, Your Honor.
We'll try our best.
I'm just asking for a continuance with the waiver, and then I'll set up an in-person plea date with the state and your staff.
All right. Oh dear. Hold on. I just closed down my docket.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
No, it's no problem. All right, so this is Nicola DiPiano, 21MM39. You're just asking for a continuance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Date?
No objection.
All right. June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Thank you again.
And Mr. Brown, you also, it's a request and dedications. All right.
It's like Casey Kasem, Judge. Yeah, and I'll be quick. I appreciate it. I have Marvin Mendoza Perez, 21 CT 677.
Okay.
In that case, I'm requesting a continuance with a waiver. I want to get with Mr. Racinko and ask if he would do an AIR for dispatch logs. In that case, there may be an issue with the stop.
All right. Say no objection?
No objection.
June 16th, 9 o'clock with a waiver. And then Owen Shee, 21MM6.
I think this has been continued before, Judge. I'm going to ask for a little more indulgence on this one, another continuance. We were looking at diversion, but Mr. Sheehy's up in college in Maryland. So I'm going to maybe see if I can get with Mr. Racinko about an alternative resolution.
Sure. Say no objection?
No objection.
16th, 9 o'clock.
Thanks very much. Have a great day, sir. Thanks for taking me out of order.
All right. Mr. Calderon.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Judge, I have one matter. Joseph Berube, 21 CT 588. First time up for Mr. Berube, just asking for a continuance with a waiver.
No objection.
June 16th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Mr. Hollander.
Morning, Judge. I'm here on Christopher St. Martin, 21 CT 662. I think this is the first time up, and I'm asking for a continuance, waive speedy trial.
Okay.
And I need a plea offer.
No objection.
He does not object to giving you a plea offer. All right. All right. June 16th, 9 o'clock with a waiver.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, sir. All right. Mr. Calvo.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Judge, I know these cases are old. They're both very old. I've had one of them. It's going to be a plea in absentia. I'm just trying to hammer out the details. I'll try and get the plea in absentia in before that next pretrial conference date with the waiver. I'm sorry, on Mr. Cantu, Eric Cantu, 20 CT 1501.
All right. Well, there's.
Sorry?
Where is your client located?
Well, the reason why the case is so old is because he was in custody in Naples for a while, for almost 6 months. Then they posted the bond, and he was in immigration court for another 3 months. And then he finally got to bond out. And then we've been going back and forth on the appropriate plea offer based on the fact that he was in custody for 6 months.
So he is bonded out and still in the country though, and can come to court if necessary.
Correct.
Why don't we set this for trial call? This case really is old. To set it for May 24th at 9 o'clock for trial call. You know, if you know, you can bring your client in person to resolve the case that day if you wish. Or of course we can do a plea in absentia as well if you get the terms worked out.
Is that in the morning, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, May 24th. That's fine.
All right, State, are you ready? If the deal is not worked out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's set this for trial call on May 24th / plea, and hopefully we can get it resolved at that time. Right.
Next one I have, Judge, is Angela Alcala, 20 CT 1840. Can we set this for the trial call on your June 30th, just to give me enough time to make sure I'm not missing any motions or anything like that before that?
The trial call will be on the 28th, but the trial would be the 30th.
Yeah, that's fine.
State, do you have your witness list for
June 30th?
cycle? Yes, sir.
I don't. Let me see if I can look through real quick. You know, there's multiple victims in this case. I can't say for sure. There's 3 different victims. I don't know what their availability is just yet.
So let's do this. Let's set it for the pretrial on the 16th, and then Mr. Calvo, I'll expect Mr. Rosinko will have a more up-to-date witness availability at that time, and we can try to move it to trial at that point. Okay.
That's fine.
All right, June 16th, 9 o'clock for pretrial.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Take care. All right. Ms. Contreras, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have one case, Jose Jimenez, 20 CT 2245. Can you hear me okay? I don't want to scream because I think last time I scared you.
No, I can hear you just fine. Thank you.
Okay. Your Honor, I had this case when we were before you last time. Mr. Rosinko amended the charge to a second or subsequent, and I reflected that on the plea. So I filed a new plea in absentia with the correct terms or the charge.
You want to do the plea in absentia right now?
If that's okay with Your Honor.
You never yelled at me. It's just that my speakers were turned up too high. That's all.
And I am Latina. I am very loud, so that's why this time I didn't want to sound too aggressive.
No, it wasn't you. It was my speakers.
Okay.
Because Mr. Rosinko's had problems with his microphone in the past, which. All right.
Judge, she said it was driving a second.
That's
okay. The information I have is driving third. It's still a misdemeanor, but it's a third.
Oh.
Correct. Mr. Rosinko, we discussed because my client got a license and he agreed to amend it to a second or subsequent.
Okay.
Yeah, we agree. I agreed to amend it because there was that issue before.
Okay, so is he amending it now?
So there has not been an information filed amending it to a second. So are you orally amending the charge?
I was going to orally amend it for the plea.
Very well. All right. Please do so.
Your Honor, in 20 CT 2245, the state's amending the charge driving while license is suspended or revoked, second.
All right. Ms. Contreras, you're waiving any formal filing or arraignment to proceed with the plea in absentia.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. All right, give me one moment.
Can I get the statute code for that?
322.342B what?
2.
I can only go so many levels down in the subsections before I have to look it up.
I got it. Is it the 2B1 or just the 2B?
Mr. Asinko?
It's 2B1.
Okay.
Very well. All right. All right, I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find that there is a sufficient factual basis in venue. I'm reviewing the plea in absentia at this time. The charge is correct. There is, the terms are, that I see are an adjudication of guilt, time served, court costs, cost of prosecution. Mr. Asinko, those are correct terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then the plea in absentia contains the correct terms as well as a complete recitation of the rights being waived by the defendant and acknowledged by the defendant by his signature before a notary. It's also signed by defense counsel. There is an attached set of legible prints. Therefore, I find the plea has been freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entered. And we'll impose sentence in just a moment. Whenever you're ready, Lisa, just go ahead and please put up the JNS screen.
And you give it 90 days?
Yes, 90 days to pay.
You see it?
You do now.
Okay, good.
So in 20 CT 2245, to the amended charge when while license suspended, second or subsequent offense, adjudication of guilt, $220 in court costs, $50 public defender application fee, $50 cost of prosecution, time served, 90 days to pay.
Good.
Ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right, Ms. Contreras, have a good day.
That's what I got. Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I got it here.
Okay. Mr. Hanukkah.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
First case I have is Yendi Hernandez. Your Honor, I filed a plea in absentia. I will note that the only thing that was left off was there's no early termination.
I think I had to look this up the last time to make sure it's not okay. I think it's there's Yendi Hernandez that was a victim in a case that I prosecuted. I just want to make sure this isn't him.
Very well.
Okay, nope, definitely not him. All right. It was quite a trial. I got to know the guy a little too well. I wouldn't have felt comfortable presiding over his case.
Understood.
All right, Mr. Rasinga, have you had a chance to review the plea in absentia? And do you have any objections?
Just one more moment, Your Honor.
And it appears that this is a DUI with property damage. Is there a victim, and if so, were they contacted, and did they have any objections to the proposed resolution? Oh, the victim is the sheriff's office.
Yes, Your Honor. You bumped it over.
Free legal advice, everybody on YouTube: don't crash into a cop car when you've been consuming alcohol. That doesn't.
The only thing I don't see the no ET. So
I mentioned that. I said that.
yeah, and that's
All right. Now, Mr. Hanukkah, the issue of whether or not the defendant, is waiving the right to petition the court for an early termination is something that I make sure that the judge and agree with.
Your Honor, we went over the terms. However, for some reason we didn't put it down in the. He's aware that it's no early termination. I can supplement. I can file an amended plea in absentia.
All right. Would you mind if we did that and just did this in 2 weeks?
That's fine. And I'm going to have the same issue, Your Honor, with my next case as well. So if we could set both of my cases for a couple of weeks out for a plea in absentia in both cases.
Why don't I put them on the 24th at 9 o'clock? You can still appear remotely. Plea in absentia is fine. It's just, that's not an insignificant thing that someone is agreeing to.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay. So for
I do have an in-person plea at that time, but I can do this remotely while I'm there.
It's up to you. I can give you a different date if that date doesn't work for you. I can give you June 2nd instead.
At 9 o'clock?
Yes, sir. 9:30.
9:30 is perfect. That's fine.
All right.
Both those cases, Your Honor.
Right, yes, I'm sorry. So I've got 21 CT 207, Mr. Hernandez, and 20 CT 1864, Mr. Reyes Palomino, both cases to be set on June 2nd at
9:30
for plea in absentia.
Yes, sir. That's fine. I'm also covering for Attorney Spiegel on Tamra Kura.
Give me 1 moment. Yes, sir. 20 CT 1179. Go ahead.
Yes, he's requesting a continuance, Your Honor. He indicated to me that he is still negotiating with the state. Where'd it go? I guess he been going back and forth.
All right. I don't know. This is from June of 2020. So, Mr. Rosinko, are you otherwise ready to go?
1 moment, please.
Yeah, there's been 8 previous pretrials.
Yes, sir.
The only issue, I do have someone, if this is not going to be a trial, I do have a witness coming from Arizona. So that's.
I understand.
So I would have to arrange for them to fly in from Arizona.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this on May 24th for the in-person docket. And I can't continue this if a plea is not working at the time. We're going to specially set this for a trial date so the state can make travel arrangements for the witness. It won't be tried those 3 days because that's not enough time for the state to bring in a witness such that, on that kind of notice. But from there, I'm going to pick a date for trial, and then
I'll let him know that.
So let Mr. Spiegel know he's just going to have to work something out, and then it's either going to be pled on the 24th or I'm special setting it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Hawker. I appreciate you helping him out and letting him know that.
You're welcome. Thank you. You all have a good day.
All right. Mr. Oros. Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I have one case before the court. It's Bernard Elliton, 20 CT 47. We were going to resolve this by plea in absentia today. I received the plea in absentia documents from Mr. Elliton yesterday, was e-filed last night, but I don't believe it's hit the system yet. So in light of that, Your Honor, your next available court date will have it all resolved.
How about the 24th? Does that work for you?
The 24th? That will be perfect, Your Honor.
May 24th, 9 o'clock for a plea.
Thank you for your time, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Okay, take care. Orange. Ms. Orange, can you hear me? All right, I'll come back to you. Mr. Lefcourt.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Well, sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, and pleased that we have a resolution on tomorrow. Minor 21 CT 171.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I've got a plea in absentia filed. State, did you have an opportunity to review the plea in absentia? Do you have any objection?
Yes, I did review. Just 1 second. I'm just getting into it again. Yes, Your Honor, everything is correct.
Your Honor, I don't know if the state has amended the charge to a non-enhanced DUI yet or not. We will need at some point, it doesn't have to be today, or it can be done on the record if that's acceptable to you, but I will need at some point something emailed to me reflecting that the charge is being amended.
Well, here's, well, if it's going to be amended, it has to be amended before I accept the plea. So State, are you doing an amendment at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. In 21 CT 171, the state has amended the charge to DUI 0.08 and above.
All right. And Mr. Lefcourt, what counsel, local counsel here has found effective, if your concern is with DHS&B, is that I've had local counsel provide me with an order clarifying the. I'm going to ask some attorneys around here what they've done, but basically it's just reiterating what we've already just done, that they can then have an order signed by the court acknowledging that the defendant was sentenced to a standard DUI, not the enhanced DUI, and then that order can be provided to DHS&B. I've been told that's been effective.
I appreciate that. That might work a lot better than just the amended complaint information. Mr. Rusinko, would you have any objections to the judge signing an ex parte order to such, or do I need to put this on calendar?
I have an objection to ex partes. What you can do, though, is that if you have a proposed order, I'm willing to sign it as long as you CC the state with your proposed order. I won't need a hearing on the matter. I'm happy to do it if it's just an order clarifying that this is what the defendant was sentenced to. Just please CC the state.
That sounds perfect, Judge. Thank you.
All right. So otherwise,
Are we doing the plea today or a different day?
I'm doing it now.
Oh, so it's going to be amended to DUI first?
Right, DUI first without the enhancement of the 0.15. Is that correct? Mr. Zink, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find that there is a sufficient factual basis in venue. I've considered the colloquy and I considered the plea in absentia and find that there is a correct recitation of the terms of the plea as indicated by the stipulation of the state attorney. There is a complete recitation of the rights being waived by the defendant. I don't see there's fingerprints. A set of fingerprints has been attached. They are legible. Therefore, I find the plea has been freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entered. I'll accept the plea. And Lisa, once you get the terms entered,
I don't know the terms.
They're on the plea in absentia.
Oh, I can't get into it. I need it read out to me. I'm sorry.
No problem. I've got an adjudication of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 fine.
Okay.
6-month license suspension.
Okay.
It's probation.
How much? 12?
Means probation.
With early termination after 6 months upon successful completion.
May petition the court for early termination. Not automatic?
It's not written as automatic in the terms that have been approved by Mr. Rosinko, but the state would not object at the very least. The terms are, and I'm quoting letter C, 12 months probation with early termination after 6 months upon successful completion of the terms. Whether or not that's automatic is completely within your domain, Your Honor.
I typically do not do automatic termination, but you can always file a motion requesting early termination.
Perfect, Judge. Thank you.
Standard alcohol provisions, a substance abuse evaluation, recommended treatment, random testing, 50 hours community service, DUI school, victim impact panel, 10 days of mobilization, and then all standard costs. There's a specific provision here saying that the state attorney has agreed the defendant may travel to Long Creek, North Carolina from May 14th to May 19th. And I don't mind putting that in the judgment and sentence, so there's no issue with probation because it's coming up very soon.
Quickly, yes. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
And since I've already accepted the plea, I'm going to say that what I just said is the sentence being imposed by the court. So I don't have to repeat everything again. I just want to make sure that it's still correct on the JNS.
Okay, Judge, let's see how it looks.
All right. What I did not specifically state were the core costs. Core costs, the amount of $388, $1,000 fine. There was also a $50 cost of prosecution. Everything else looks correct. I will clarify when I said alcohol provisions, meaning may not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages, no entering bars, taverns, saloons, pubs, lounges, package stores, or any other establishments whose primary purpose is to sell alcohol, no beverages in the residence.
Your Honor, I'm sorry if I'm not familiar with the terms. She works at a nightclub.
Then except for employment purposes.
If that needs to be put into the final order, fine. If not,
It does. You can go ahead and clarify and give an exception for employment purposes.
Thank you, Judge.
Yep.
Okay, it's in there, Judge.
There we go. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Otherwise, I think everything's correct. You both agree?
It's perfect, Judge.
We strive for perfection. All right, Mr. You agree everything is correct in the JNS? Okay. All right. Thank you both. Thank you, Mr. Lefcourt. Have a good day. You'll get
you as well. And Mr. Rusinko, thank you for working so well with me on this case.
And so you'll get a proposed order then, whenever, if you want me to do that for you.
My wife is acting as my legal secretary. I can't rush her, but I'll do my best.
Fair enough.
Have a great day, Judge.
You too. All right. Mr. LeVay.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
Good morning, sir.
Excellent. I have one matter before Your Honor. It is Carlos Jones Vasquez.
Yes.
Seth Levana's behalf. I've been working with Mr. Rusinko on this, Judge. We have come to what will be a resolution. We just need to hammer out some final details. It's going to be a weekend jail plea, but my client has a job and he's trying to just coordinate with his job, the times and his scheduling, and to tie up some other loose matters with his family so that he can make this as easy of a transition as possible. I would be asking for 30 to 45 days for a change of plea.
Let's do this. This is 20 mm 1938 and 20 mm 1897. I'm sorry, 20 mm 1938 and 20 CT 2341, excuse me. If the terms are otherwise pretty much agreed upon, I have no problem giving a later start date for the weekend work if that's the issue that's a holdup. I'd rather resolve the case, do the plea, and if he needs an extra 30 to 45 days to begin the weekend lockdown portion, I have no problem with that. So my preference would be to set this for a plea on May 24th, in a couple of weeks. Do the plea.
That's fine.
As long as the state's otherwise in agreement for a later begin date of the jail, we can do that.
That works with me.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, May 24th, 9 o'clock, both cases for a plea.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Be well. Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. All right, Mrs. Roger.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I have just two cases this morning. The first one, Your Honor, is Blake Holmes. I'm actually not available during your trial cycle this time around, so we could either set it directly to your trial cycle next period, or I would just ask to put it on the next pretrial conference with a waiver.
All right, so Mr. Holmes, 20 CT 2142, you're asking, you want to set it for trial?
Yes, Judge, but I'm just not available. You have very limited time this month, so we could set it directly to the next one if Mr. Rusinko is comfortable with that, or we can just put it on the next pretrial and see if his witnesses are available for the next trial cycle.
If you want to take a look and see if you've got availability, it would be easier just to set it directly to the trial call.
Yes, sir.
That'd be fine, Judge.
I am available. Let me just check one more thing. Yes, I am available to the next trial cycle.
All right, so we'll set it for trial call on June 28th at 9 o'clock with, a trial to begin potentially, the 30th, 31st, or, the 30th or the 1st or 2nd of July.
That's fine, Your Honor. And then the last case I have with you is Lynn Jennings, case number 21-716 CT. Your Honor, that's a new case, and I'm still receiving discovery from the state attorney's office regarding that case. So I would move to continue with the waiver of speedy trial for her.
No objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Mr. Vitale, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Judge, I have Carlene St. Hilaire, 20 MM 421. Judge, this Miss Hilaire, I haven't had any contact with her. Miss Hilaire was homeless at the time of her arrest, so nothing appears on the booking sheet. She was released on her own recognizance, so there's no bondsman to contact. All of her notices have come back, were sent general delivery to Immokalee, and they've all been returned for the last year. So I just obtained a phone number for her from the public defender. The PD that had the case before is no longer there. She's up in Fort Myers, which is probably why she didn't get back to me. But I've just recently received the number. I've left a message from Ms. Hilaire. So I know the case is old. And
in this particular case, the reason she was RR is because she'd been sitting in jail for many months.
Right.
It was time for her not to be sitting in jail anymore, especially since I could not provide her with a trial at the time.
So I'll do whatever you want, Judge. I guess if you want to set it to try to get it over with and resolved, we can do that. You want to put it on a status, or not a status, but something else, a calendar call or something like that, that's fine. But, we don't have any notice for her either. So I'm a little hesitant to ask for that. But I understand.
Let's do this. Let's set it for a plea on May 24th, and I'll let you try to use that phone number and try to contact her.
Okay.
I am going to order that the defendant be present, and you can do your best to try to make contact with her and get her to the courtroom so we can try to resolve her case one way or another.
Yes, sir.
If you're on, we can talk about it, and you can let me know what you feel.
Of course.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's with the waiver, Judge.
Yes. Well, yeah. Okay. So I think we waived several times before, but thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Fleming. Good morning, sir. Are you there? Mr. Fleming? There you are.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for your patience. All right, gentlemen, I'm about 90% done with the order on the stand your ground motion. I just had to put a few finishing touches on it. Like I said, I want to be careful that when I quote the witnesses that they are precise quotes, and I just want to make sure everything is proper for that type of hearing. So I'm sorry I didn't get it done before today. I'll have to roll this one time. You will certainly have an order well in advance of the next pretrial, and that way you will inform me of how to proceed on the case, okay? So I'm sorry I just couldn't get it done. I really have been working on it. It's close. All right.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right. So let's set this on June 16th at 9 o'clock. And like I said, I promise you will have an order before that date.
Hopefully I won't see you then, Your Honor.
Fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Moffitt, can you unmute, please?
Morning, Judge. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
Judge, I have Andrew Reeve, 21 CT 497. Judge, I believe Mr. Rasinko is going to provide me with an additional witness. I'll request a continuance with the waiver.
All right. State no objection?
No objection.
June 16th, 9 o'clock. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Mr. Raheb.
Morning, Judge. Sorry if you called me earlier. I was 2-3 different appearances. I apologize. On Mr. Pacheco, Judge, we finally got the video from the gas station. Mr. Rasinko, the prosecutor, is just going to speak to his arresting officer before he makes any kind of decision, which we hope will be what we're looking for. So we're going to both agree to continue it one more time. And then I'll waive Speedy's. It doesn't matter. He can waive, I'll waive, makes no difference. He just has to check one thing with his officer, and it's a second-degree misdemeanor, no prior history.
Yes, the state can ask for a continuance. I did review the video, and I want to verify something with the officer before I make my final decision.
That's fine. All right. Since parties are agreeing, June 16th, 9 o'clock for pretrial.
June 16th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. All right. Mr. Williams?
Hey, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Judge, I'm covering one for Miss Orange, which I should do first before I forget.
Sure.
It's 20 mm 1766.
Okay.
Kimani Williams.
I did call her while she was still on with us.
You did, Judge. My understanding is she has a felony depot starting now, so I'm not sure what happened, but she had to go.
Well, that's fine. All right. Go ahead. What does she want?
Judge, it's a diversion offer, and he plans to accept diversion. She just needs another pretrial to schedule a meeting with Mr. Cruz, but it should fall off the docket before then, and I'm authorized to waive.
All right, state.
No objection.
9 o'clock.
And Your Honor, my case is, sorry, trying to find the case number right now, Judge.
CT 452, Gregorio Canales Fuentes.
It is, Your Honor, thank you. The state yesterday filed a written null pros on the DUI count. All that remains is the no valid DL, Judge. We do plan to accept the state's offer in writing. Mr. Canales doesn't live in Collier County, and I just need some time to do that. I believe it's a first time out.
Okay. With a waiver?
With a waiver, Judge.
No objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
16th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Mr. McGann, good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
I've got Javier Luis Knipping. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Knipping.
496. Yes, sir.
This is the first time up. We're asking to continue with the waiver of speed trial. Still working on getting the video to review that with him.
No problem. State.
No objection, Your Honor.
16th, 9 o'clock. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm sorry?
In the courthouse.
Yes, I'm in the courthouse. I tried to just open your door, but it was locked. I'm in front of Judge Foster.
What floor are you on?
I'm on 2 right now. I know where you are. Can I come in?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right there. Thank you.
All right. Lisa, did we address Dean Ashton Arnold 2 cases with Mr. Verderamo?
Yes, I was just getting ready to dispo it now.
What's that?
I was just getting ready to dispo the case now.
Okay.
I just fell a little behind with you guys.
I'm sorry. If you needed me to pause, I could have done that. Do you need me to take a moment, let you get caught up?
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
You don't have to be shy. You can tell me you need a moment, and I'm good.
Judge, you know I'm not shy.
I know that. I figured you would tell me if you need me to stop. All right, Ms. Maurer, good morning.
Good morning.
You're not late. I'm still here.
Yeah,
You're only late if you miss me.
I told myself that I was coming over too.
Oh, good.
Still waiting for Judge Foster.
Busy day over there too?
There.
Okay.
And I'm fine. I have beautiful words.
Okay. This is 20 mm 1897.
That one I just received an amended offer yesterday. So if I could have a continuance with a waiver, it'll probably work out.
All right. State no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
June 16th, 9 o'clock with a waiver.
Have Victoria Yvonne.
Okay. 21 CT 402.
I'm asking for a continuance with a waiver.
State.
No objection, Your Honor.
16th, 9 o'clock with a waiver. Sebastian Lagos Varela, 20 mm 1932.
Oh, Mr. Racinko, I sent you an email on him this morning. I believe we're waiting to hear back from the victim in the case regarding the offer.
Yes, there's 2 victims in the case, and they both speak Spanish, so I just need to, Ms. Maurer did give me a counter offer, which I still need to finish discussing with them.
Okay. All right. So you all need a little more time working this. All right. Request for continuance?
Yes, please.
June 16th, 9 o'clock for the waiver?
Yes, for the waiver.
Okay. And then I've got Ms. Upson's cases.
Ms. Upson has 3 cases on the docket.
Yes.
All of them she would like to put on a trial docket, but she has a conflict with this trial cycle. She's in a felony trial, supposedly, if it goes. So could we set them for trial on the next trial cycle?
Where is she set for trial?
She didn't come.
Oh. Because what I'd like to do is put her on the trial call, and then if the felony trial doesn't go, she can maybe have a trial with me. I would certainly give her felony trial a priority, obviously.
I understand. I know that at least one of them now. She said she has a pretrial motion that she has to file that's not in there yet. So the next trial cycle would be beneficial.
All right.
That way everything gets completed before we're at trial.
All right. Okay. These cases are.
She knows. That's why she's ready to set them. She just needs that motion filed and doesn't want to end up with a conflict on her specific case.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. So, Lisa, for Thomas Bohm, 20 CT 873, Fred Shiflett, 20 CT 1447, and Michael Simonetti, 20 CT 2586. All 3 cases, June 16th, 9 o'clock for pretrial conference. Final continuance on all 3.
Okay, and I'm gonna text her, what are the trial dates for that cycle?
The next cycle is going to be June 28th is the trial call, with the trial days being the 30th of June or the 1st or 2nd of July.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push next time around. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Bye. All right, and the last ones I've got are with Ms. Fish. Mr. Rasinka, I don't know if she CC'd you on this, but she sent an email to Sarah at 10:30 last night asking for a continuance on Jahan Hajani, 20 CT 1143, saying that she has depositions for a felony case that she had apparently forgotten about.
And Your Honor, if I may, in that case, she has scheduled a motion to suppress in June. So she had sent me the stipulation, which I did sign yesterday afternoon because we still need to do that motion to suppress. And she was going to be unavailable this morning.
All right. All right. So the motion to suppress is scheduled to be heard June 22nd at 1:30. Let's set the pretrial at the same time. And then what about Christopher Spainhour, also Ms. Fish, 2813?
We didn't have any discussions pertaining to today's hearing regarding this case.
All right. Would you be ready for trial, State?
One moment, please, Your Honor. I do have an officer out the 24th to the 28th.
Oh, okay. So we let's see. Oh.
So that whole week.
All right. I'm still going to sit on the 24th for status. And we'll see what she wants to do.
Thank you.
All right. Is that everybody?
I believe so.
Let's see, I've got a couple at 2 o'clock. All right. All right.